routine changes depending on the season, but generally we're feeding and checking all of the livestock. If we're not feeding stuff, then we're checking they're all right. Working with the livestock is amazing. This is a brilliant job because it is doing all this farm stuff, but it's an amazing farm in that we're doing all the conservation side of things as well. We're definitely farming. You know, we've got 350 odd sheep, 40 breeding cows. We're farming to manage this land for the wildlife, for corncrake and chough. They're sort of landscape engineers almost. They are doing all the habitat work for us. On other sites there might be people with bush cutters and doing different things, but these guys, they'll open up bits of vegetation, they'll create different lengths of sward, they'll paddle around muddy edges, they do loads of different things, but they're also out-wintered, so there's cows out here all the way through the year, and they're eating and pooing and creating lots of nice lovely cow pats that encourage dung invertebrates too, so they do loads. What we're doing really is enabling the livestock to do our jobs for us, so we're looking after them and keeping them healthy and moving, you know, in some way engineering where they are, moving them around, making sure they're grazing the bits we want them to graze at the right time. But yeah, that's our job, is to keep these guys here because they're doing the on the ground conservation essentially. These are the Oronsay bulls. This is Jack and Eric. They have been here for 2 years now. They're 4. So we've had 39 calves this year produced by these 2 guys.
They generate some income which can then go back into the operation that we're running here. So it's often described as the farm washing its face a bit. So it helps go back into the pot and continue the work we're doing here for conservation. So that's quite an important revenue stream for us as well to generate that each year. So we're trying to run a high value for nature enterprise, and then also making it try and balance at the end of the year spreadsheet as well. So I think that's the real challenge of running a farm for the RSPB, is you're not just delivering financially, you're delivering high value for the nature that we're trying to encourage and support.
The whole thing with corncrake is that they require a habitat that isn't provided on most farms where it would have been 50 years ago. So we're happy to see nettles, we're happy to see dockens, we're happy to see horsetail because it provides cover for the corncrake.
In our high value for nature system, the support that we get from the government at the moment is critical. It's allowing us to do a lot of the particularly kind of higher level landscape stuff that we're thinking about now. That subsidy helps us on so many levels to do the day-to-day reserve work, and also when we're thinking about it in the farming system, that money that we're receiving to promote and try and encourage corncrakes here is what's also funding, say, feeding the livestock in the winter. So it's that trade-off where we're locking up all our fields for livestock from February till September, and that's really our trade-off at the moment, is we're getting that money to support the cattle on the rest of the reserve, while those areas which would be kind of prime kind of silage making areas or grazing areas that we're kind of giving over to the corncrakes at the moment. You've got a nature reserve you're trying to manage, and the best way to do that here is a farm. We're farming for nature, and having the backing of the RSPB and people that support it to do that, it ticks all the boxes. Being able to kind of tell the story of how the farm affects the wildlife and affects the landscape on that kind of bigger picture kind of scale. I think that's the really important thing now, is showing how it all matches up and how cows in this landscape benefit things on so many levels here.